Okay, so Josh Lopez is one of our better known Brisbane chefs. He's worked at Goma for many years, and he's worked with Gordon Ramsay at Mays, and was at Noma in Copenhagen when it got named world's best restaurant. And now you're in East Brisbane, bringing your passion for fresh local ingredients to your own restaurant, The Wolf. So welcome to Gomeo, Josh.
Thanks for having us, Jeremy. It's nice to have you in our beautiful restaurant.
Thank you. Just briefly, you are quite keen on collaboration with other chefs, such as your recent event with Dan Arnold. How well does that work?
Look, collaborations is it's a wonderful opportunity to, I guess, interact with chefs. Certainly, some of my more positive times, I guess, in the industry are, typically like awards nights or little, junkets, for lack of a better term, where you connect with professionals and just talk and talk shop or talk about product if it's a specific event. I guess the collaboration is just that one step further, where you feel like you connect really well with a chef about their passion or about their food. And so using the Dan Arnold one, which was literally last night on the 25th of July, it was a great chance to, I guess, intimately, meet him better. We took our whole restaurant team there, and the feedback that we received, particularly because we have such a similar, I guess, food philosophy and ethos with celebrating the ingredient, was just great to connect. I certainly learnt a couple of different producers or different ingredients that maybe I had overlooked. And in turn, hopefully, I did that, for Chef Dan. And I think, it is a fun night. A lot of preparation goes into them, but you can feel the energy in the room. It's like an evolution of the dining room, and having two chefs there is, it's a great experience.
Worked really well.
Yeah,
it's good. There have been a few notable closures recently. Aria and Stokehouse in Brisbane, obviously, and Kylie Kwong. Movement of chefs.
Excuse me. Yes.
A few closures. Aria, Kylie Kwong, Oscillate Wildly in Sydney, as well as many others. Do you think the restaurant market is saturated?
Not. Okay. No, it's a very good question and very topical, of course. But I think, as a chef, it's very important to understand your market and or just understand where, I guess, your 5-year plan is. I think some restaurants close for certain dynamics or certain reasons. Not all of them, I think, are for poor trade, or I can only speculate. Thinking of Kylie Kwong, she is definitely a legacy chef in Australia. I'm sure she has her personal reasons for closing her restaurant. But in saying that, I still believe in the market that exists today. I purchased this restaurant, The Wolf, this year. I believe that good food will always be relevant. Sure, there's challenges. I know every election, it's a very cyclical kind of trend that restaurants are quite soft, but that's why we future plan and we think ahead. And it's I still think it's very relevant to cook the food that I do, which is more in that fine dining spectrum. But with the Queensland twist, and so far it's been well received. So we'll continue very proudly.
Do you think restaurant styles are changing? Brisbane seems to be going more to this sort of casual bistronomy style. Is fine dining dead?
No, fine dining certainly not. Our clientele are very appreciative of what we do here. What I've always felt, and you can probably see by the lack of tablecloth, in our main dining room, is that there is a certain of casualisation that Queensland will always have. I think it's part of our weather, it's part of our lifestyle. I think Queenslanders are quite humble people, and so the full garb, to put it that way, of waiters in tails and cloth and gloves, you know what I mean? Maybe that's not so relevant, but in saying that, if someone was to bring that back, because everything retro comes back full circle, it's all about just just offering a good value proposition. So
Do you think the price of dining in Australia is too cheap, given the costs and the rising costs?
There's always ways that particularly with food creativity, that you can get a delicious product on the plate for a reasonable price. There are factors that just reading the other day about wages have grown. I think it's 60% over the last forgive me, my stats aren't. Wages have obviously increased further than CPI and things like that. But in time, we may see a shift that things will naturally have to go up. Fuel prices have now; it's just become the norm. I think our industry will evolve slightly because if you don't make profit, or there's no looking after of staff, there's no business. And so I do believe Australians have a very proud culture of eating out and enjoying the meal at a restaurant. So I can't see that changing too much. But I know, speaking personally, we charge what's able to support our staff, and in time, if factors mean that we have to push that up, then we'll do so in a way that I'm sure that the public won't see that as being exorbitant or anything like that.
So what keeps you in this tough profession?
Just the passion of cooking good food. For me personally, it's about storytelling and getting it's almost like an advocacy for producers. So I try to source ingredients that have a bit more I guess traceability or sustainability. And then it's a matter of I guess our wait staff and a passionate team there, and SOMs as well, with wine very, very similar, and telling these stories. And I've always believed that storytelling is a wonderful extra layer of I guess factor to the food.
And what's your favourite local ingredient?
I've got so many. On my menus there's always I guess very unique products like camel halloumi from Summerland, and they're only 50 k's down the road. There's also amazing emu just at Marburg, again 40 kilometres down the road. Murray cod. I can go on and on. Like basically ingredients that have a massive I guess quality point of difference, and therefore it's fun to create stories around either the land or I guess the ecosystems which they're brought up in.
And that's the philosophy and story behind Wolf?
It is. Yep. It is. We're a very just passionate team who want to believe in good dining, and so far the feedback's been received really well, and that's what drives us to keep pushing for better quality, and we can always improve, that's for sure.
And are you participating in any of the takeaway groups, the Uber Eats or any of those?
Unfortunately not. Our kitchen is certainly not set up for that. Convenience, and I guess it is 2019 and everyone's time poor. Convenience will always be a factor, and hopefully these restaurants can run a positive business. And anyone involved in food, it's about producing delicious food that's that's interesting, and that's hopefully memorable. So I'm sure you can do that even in Uber Eats sort of territory.
So if you want to experience Josh's wonderful food, you're going to have to come over to East Brisbane. Thank you, Josh. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Jeremy.